So here we have the Audi A1 on a 67 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car before we hop in and run through some of the controls on the inside of it. From the outside you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels. We're going to start off inside the boot area first of all. As we approach the back of the car you can see we have reversing sensors, plenty of boot space along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat should you wish to increase this space even further again. And then underneath this tray section we've got your battery, tyre inflation kit there as well. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and then as I mentioned we'll hop in and run through just a few of the controls on the inside of it from there. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. Over on the left-hand side, first of all, we have the rev counter and coolant temperature gauge. On the right-hand side, the speedometer and fuel gauge. And in the centre, firstly, the total miles for this car. They are 67,680, as you can see. You can change information that's displayed up there for various things, including having a digital readout for the speedometer. To do that, you need to use the buttons just here. We have stereo controls just here as well, the volume for the stereo as you can see, and also our voice activation for our phone. We have speed limiter underneath that. Over in the centre we have the stereo itself. So in terms of controls that I'll show you, first off, this dial will control everything on the screen, which we'll come to in a moment, and these 4 buttons relate to the 4 corners of the screen. As you can see, you can go into certain menus directly from these buttons. For example, we can go into the radio. When we come up to the radio screen, you can see we've got DAB, FM, and medium wave radio all available. If you want to listen to your own music, you can do so via SD memory card input, CD player, Audi's multimedia interface, and also Bluetooth audio as well. You can of course pair up your phone from here. Once you've done that, you'll be able to make and receive phone calls and stream your music wirelessly as well. And you can go back to the main menu and you can see I'm using the dial to highlight all of the different options that we can go into up here, like your radio, media, info, your telephone for example. Below the screen we have the stop and start. So if you press that button as I just have, you are turning it off. This car is designed to cut out when it's stationary in traffic, which in turn will save you fuel. As I say, the system is off when that light shows. We have our hazard warning lights just there. It's worth pointing out that you can close this screen down should you wish to. Working our way back down to where we started, we have the CD player, the main volume for the stereo, and a couple of SD memory card slots just there as well. Underneath that, we can adjust the temperature, fan speed, and direction of the air. You can turn your air conditioning off. Back on again. You can recirculate the air that's in the car. That's a great way of heating it up or cooling it down quickly depending on the temperature you set over here. Underneath that, we have a heated driver's seat with 2 heat settings, and the same for the passenger side. You can turn your traction control on and off, your rear heated screen, and you can change the driving setup of the car. So you can go from auto to dynamic, efficiency, and you can have any one of those that you want to. Auto means the car is essentially deciding for you. We have 2 cup holders, a 12-volt charging socket, and then the 5-speed manual gearbox. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, please feel free to give us a call here at Surrey Specialist Cars. We'd love to hear from you soon.